Nearly half of Londoners are pursuing a side hustle. This could be because it's a fantastic way to monetize their skills or because they really need the extra income. I'm Seong-Jae Kong, and today we'll explore London's side hustle generation. I am also part of this generation. To make life work in London, I've juggled multiple side hustles. As a Korean teacher, an interpreter, an event host, and a voiceover artist, all alongside my main studies and job. London is one of the most expensive cities in the world. Average rent has outpaced wages for nearly a decade, and for many young Londoners, including myself, a single salary simply doesn't stretch far enough. The side hustle was once seen as a passion project or a way to get ahead. Now it has quietly become a financial lifeline. It's lunchtime and I'm in Canary Wharf. Here, one popular type of side hustlers gets very busy around this time. They are food delivery riders. Food delivery has become one of the most visible faces of London's gig economy. To understand the side hustle boom, you first have to understand this world. Workers are paid per task, trading guaranteed wages and sick pay for flexibility. While some use delivery apps for extra cash, others depend on them entirely. First, I'm meeting someone who relies fully on this gig economy. Zakir Hussain is a delivery rider in Canary Wharf.
I've been doing this since pandemic.
Since pandemic?
Hopefully, probably 19, I think. Yeah, back in 19, I started that job. Since pandemic, started and everything was locked down, so I had to change my track. I just found it, that delivery, platform this came, and then I started doing that.
As you can start fairly quickly, right? And what's your working hours like that?
It's very flexible. I'm my own boss, so whenever I feel like I do, make my schedule.
On paper, the job offers freedom, but the reality on the road is tougher.
Winter time is very challenging, especially for riders. And if you are with the bike, it's very risky as well.
Right.
Sometimes you have to face the gusty wind, which could blow you up. And I did face many times.
Oh, right.
Spending the time on it. Back in the days, whenever I used to, spend same amount of time that way I'm, spending it now, used to be much better price. But now it's not much. Do you know why? Just too many riders, and that's why the platform or company, they take the advantage on it. When they see so many riders they go available in the road, they would pay less money, less fair. Don't have any choice. If you keep rejecting jobs, you're not going to get any offers. They can't get nothing.
Every shift starts with a target in his head, but in a gig economy, that number is never guaranteed. What is today's goal then?
Today's goal was at least I would say I wanted to make 12 to 15 pounds an hour, but I couldn't make it. So this is the reality I'm saying it. For riders who's planning to join me or who's still currently, joined already at the moment, well, I can't see any good future for them. At the moment, I don't have any options. That's why I'm doing it. And as it's very flexible and very independent, that's why I'm doing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
So now I don't want to keep you here long. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Zakir had to go back straight to work, chasing the rest of today's earnings on the bike. This pressure isn't just on the roads, it's a generational shift. Today, around 2/3 of Gen Z have a side hustle, compared to just around 20% of baby boomers. Many young workers are turning away from apps to pursue their hobbies. While some people rely on physically demanding work like delivery, others are turning their creative passion into profit. For some Londoners, that passion is photography.
Hi, my name is Abigail Allen. My main job is a play ambassador. I work with kids in a playgroup in Chelsea. I do content creation, so I'm a vlogger, photographer and videographer on the side. It began when I was a child, where I just loved taking photos. I just learned it because I just enjoyed it. I didn't think about the money at the time.
Would you say that your hobby kind of becomes your income source then?
Give or take, sometimes, yes.
How much work does it actually involve?
I normally take 500, 600 videos per tournament. Then photos, if I take photos too, I have to go through everything, edit them, then send them over. it's a long day.
So sometimes your side hustle can even feel like your main job when it comes to how much time you put into it as well.
Oh, 100%. Because I usually work 10 hours a day on my main job. And if I'm going to a tournament, especially a volleyball tournament, they are basically the same hours as my main job. But could be more if you actually think about post-production and what I'm doing on the side.
If you get paid like project by project, you sometimes have to like chase the payment as well.
Oh,
right?
yes, 100%. They don't see the whole product. They just see, oh, you're just coming to film. You're just coming to take some pictures. So it does become stressful when we ask and then we don't receive the same back. So that's why like nowadays people are writing contracts, so it's more professional because we are doing something for you and we want to get the reward that we agreed on.
I know firsthand the anxiety of waiting for a client to book you or pay your invoice, but some Londoners are rejecting that instability entirely. For some people, it's not always about waiting for the next shift or booking. They are building their own thing from the ground up. The side hustle isn't just about extra income, it's their business. John Poon co-founded Poon Dojo, a martial arts and well-being school in London. He was 16 years old when he started it. More than 3 decades later, he still runs it alongside a separate career in property development. When it comes to income, would you say the property work can be regarded as the main income and dojo as kind of side hustle income?
Ooh, I mean, without looking at both businesses, I would probably say it's actually leaning on the other way. Poon Dojo actually makes probably about 60%. The property business probably makes more of the 40%, purely because of the overheads.
With those two occupations, how does your work hour work then, during every day?
A typical day for me, I'll be up at 5:30, 6. Sometimes if there's an overlap between any property issues that I need to deal with or emails, I would deal with that during transit, during my lunchtime or in the evenings. But predominantly during the day, I would run pretty much about 6 to 8 classes a day, right through to the evening, up to about 9 p.m. in the evening. So it's quite a long day.
Yeah. Running a business from the ground up often means sacrificing your own well-being to keep it alive. And for John, the struggle in the early days was extreme.
It was tough. I mean, some days you wouldn't eat. There'd be some days that you just have one meal. You check to make sure that your kids were eating, you wouldn't worry about yourself, but you wouldn't tell them that. You just say, oh, look, I had a big lunch. And then you would just make do with what was left, basically. And it is hard, and I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. I was also an SIA security qualified. I had to do frontline security at places. So I had to pay out for a license to become a security guard in order to do night work. So that's, again, just another thing I had to do on top.
For John as well, it's not a surprising thing to do multiple jobs to just survive in London.
Years ago, you could be dependent on one just full-time job. Nowadays, the norm will be that you've got to be doing another thing in order to survive, in order to earn that extra income, to put food on the table, or to pay for your travels, or just to pay for that utility bill on top of your full-time job, basically.
So it's new normal.
This is it. I think it's the new normal. It's the new norm. No one else will know any different but to have a job, a side hustle, in order to generate multiple incomes, basically.
John calls it the new normal, but the biological and mental cost is severe. According to last year's research, around 80% of small business owners suffer from poor mental health, with many sleeping less than 5 hours a night out of financial anxiety. They never truly clock off. It's nighttime in London, and for millions of us, it's not the time when we switch off and rest. It's when our second role starts. And for me, I've got emails waiting for my other jobs, and I shouldn't miss them. I'm Seong-Jae Kong, and this is London's Side Hustle Generation. Thanks for watching.